celebrity.
Free-for-all
Some are
Friday.
not a super celebrity, but they're the behind the scenes guys that really make a lot
I'm
of
back to
things.
where we were.
Okay.
Okay. AirPods connected to my phone.
No, you want to turn your Bluetooth off.
I don't know how to do that.
Do it to me, please. That's why I can't hear anything. Because
Why don't you take those out? You never have those in.
I'm trying to solve a problem.
Well, how was I supposed to know they were going to connect to my phone?
You weren't.
Yeah.
Please. Please, I want to talk to my friends. Oh, this sucks. Randy Jackson.
With Randy.
Well, yeah, but I can't hear
Hey,
Tom.
Mousy. I see
You can
Mousy.
hear me though, right?
I
I
see.
see Angus.
Can you hear me?
This
Yeah.
just sucks.
Oh, you said you had it.
I thought I did. I ain't got it, babe.
I don't know, man.
I got it right here.
You have it?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Sign
Good.
language.
What, Tom? Hold that up again.
Sign language.
I can't.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
I can
sucks.
hear you, Steve.
You hear? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
How do I sound? Robust? Well, yeah. How do I sound? I'm kidding. Okay, I hear you. But if I listen to that,
Hi,
I'm.
Mousy.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Somebody tell me
Okay.
what the hell
I
is
just heard
going
you.
We
on
got
here.
3 sound engineers in here.
Right, I can't hear any of
Lori
them.
can hear us.
Wow. That was confusing.
Yeah.
As if we needed a reason to be confused any more than we already are.
Yeah.
I'm not confused. I know what's going on. Angus,
Yes.
can you hear me, Angus?
Yeah, I can hear you, Lenny. You
Nice
sound a
hat.
little muffled. You sound a little muffled.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you do sound a little more.
I'm down to my cheapest pair of headphones.
Okay. We still hear you.
You know what? Why don't you sit over here?
My tablet won't let me
Wait a
see
minute.
all the different
If you
windows.
turn that microphone on,
I don't know who's
I can hear you.
controlling what I'm seeing.
Yeah, but
And
if
you
I
can
turn
use
that
my
microphone on, it will
headphones.
feed
I'm
back.
solving the problem for you. Here,
Okay.
put my headphones in.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Here.
Now, if I turn these Mac speakers on, they're going to feed back.
Oh, that's my
Whereas
favorite
if I
thing.
go over, oh no, maybe if I
Give it a
turn
shot.
those on, they won't feed back. Somebody's any noise? You've never been this quiet in your life. That's not working. Why? Loop back audio too. I'm gonna
I
put
hear
in.
Mousy laughing.
I'm gonna put in another one of these.
Really?
Loop back audio two.
Angus, are you okay with whatever it is he's doing?
Who, me?
Anyway,
Yeah,
Tom, that's really cool.
Yeah, well, what
Thanks,
choice
Lori.
do we really have? We just got to go with it.
Time for hearing aid.
Any ideas, Mousy?
Yes. No. Maybe.
I'm not really sure what you're trying
Yeah,
to accomplish
what is
here.
it that's
Wait,
not
no, if I
happening?
do this.
He's not hearing us, Angus.
He's not hearing us?
Yeah. Like maybe it's in the Zoom setting where
he's
he
not
has to
hearing
check his
I'm not hearing shit.
We
interface.
can hear each other.
Yeah, but then how come we can hear each other?
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
do you, are you,
Then how come we can
What that means is that he's screwing up.
Yeah, it's something in his ecosystem there.
Okay.
No, I think it's in his
Yeah, it's something
playback system.
ecosystem there.
yeah, there's like a weird delay going on.
Yeah.
Well,
But
it's
if it,
because he's got a speaker open
yeah,
over there.
exactly.
I'll
But
just shut up.
do you have on your earpods?
Yeah, that
Like,
delay was from
you're,
mine.
are you going through like a Bluetooth with the earpods that you don't usually use?
Okay.
Okay. So what?
Oh, please.
Now
Where
I,
did we
think
want to
I hear
start?
myself. This
I
is
think the
not
batteries
good.
in your ear pods ran out.
But can you hear me?
Verge. I
I can
can.
hear you.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we hear
I can
you.
hear you too.
You
What do
can.
think the batteries in your ear pods ran out?
You can hear
I
us
wish it was
now?
that easy.
You can't hear them, Steve?
Steve,
Oh, well then. You can't.
Let's
you can hear them?
go on with the show.
Oh,
Everybody?
Wow, is it 8 o'clock already?
Yeah.
Verge.
I was
Boy, I'm
about to say
hungry.
your computer had the Omicron.
My headphones.
See, I'm hearing.
Let Virgin.
Do you hear Booker?
No.
He's connecting the audio.
Steve,
The cross.
I feel like I'm
Yes,
being
I do.
rerouted or something.
Verge is a little slow sometimes.
I thought you could hear them.
I can hear them, but I'm hearing you so freaking loud.
Well, then I'll shut up.
No. And us, I'm hearing. And late, so it makes me like talk like. Let's try this.
You'll get it, Verge.
I thought I was having a problem.
Why the fuck is it feeding back? It should not be feeding.
It'll be fixed at 8:02.
This
Yeah.
is ridiculous. Let me try
You know what?
this.
Just
I'm trying stuff. I gotta try stuff.
yeah, like wasted everybody's time.
Yeah, they're having a.
Okay, just
Ooh.
stop
Oh,
That's-
that's a good sign.
Wow.
Stop now. You know what? I won't talk.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
Look at
No, no, stay out. Stay out. It's a
I
trap.
can no longer hear them.
every- Don't come in here.
There's
I'm
Joe.
warning
There's
you.
It's Joe.
Hi,
That's
Joe.
what we need, another sound engineer to help Steve.
There's nothing going
Joe,
on
how are
here.
you?
Great. I was watching a comedy for the last 23 minutes.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was filming one.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about.
I know. I've been in this club a while.
So is it working now, or you have to use
No.
the earbuds?
No, it's like, here, you know what? I'll show you what it is. It sucks. I don't like to hear my microphone come back. Let me just put this up and I'll show you what it is. Where's the screen? Here we go. Oh, good. That worked out well.
I like that tree behind you, Joe.
It's Christmas time at the Tabernacle.
Oh, yeah, it looks very nice.
Here, you see, this is
Very nice.
how it's routed, and it's supposed to. I gotta take this out of my freaking.
Can you
ear.
make
It's
that full
supposed to be
screen?
routed so that I don't
Yeah, you
hear
should share the
myself, but
screen.
I can hear you guys. And every other time,
Share the
I
screen
hear
so
it no
so we can look
problem,
at it.
and there's no. I never hear my voice
can't hear us.
because I'm going through that thing called loopback 2. Somehow, I don't understand why it's doing what it's doing. Why it's not. Why it's not.
Okay, now you're like echoey.
Yeah, I'm echoey too. Why it's not. Why it's not.
And then we
Anyway,
get 5 times. So,
that's what that is.
yeah.
Wait. How do I look?
Beautiful. You're stunning tonight.
I feel like I have a lot of light on
You
me.
look good.
Beautiful. You're stunning tonight.
You do have
You
a lot
look a
of
little
light.
jaundiced, actually.
How's the picture?
I have my ear thing.
Good.
So Steve can't hear us right now?
Right.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh,
It's just when I
took
say
back all the things I
anything,
said about
it's coming out half a second behind, and it's very. I feel like I'm taking like a space test or something.
Yeah.
It's horrible, and it's
well, wait,
loud.
it's
and-
when you hear yourself that's echoed, but everybody else is in real time?
I want to know what Lenny's taking.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
very
Yeah.
What's up with Verge? He's just sitting there like in the dark.
Yeah, it's like he's not
Probably
yet.
beneficial for him at this point.
I would think.
He hasn't figured it out yet.
We're just waiting to get in,
What time is
Steve.
No, he's in.
Oh,
No, he's waiting for the
I
breakdown.
don't know.
Isn't he
Like,
in
I can
Aruba?
barely hear Angus.
How was Italy?
Yeah, how was Italy?
Yes.
It was excellent. You know, it was Italy. It's kind of like At one point, I was in a restaurant, and the guy said to us, he's telling us this is pretty much the oldest man-made building or whatever, like, in left in Rome. It was this little restaurant and something. And then he said to me, you could go down into the basement if you'd like, which we use for a wine cellar now. It's not much to look at, but it predates the Colosseum by 734 years or something. It's like,
Wow.
You probably don't want to go down there. I'm like, what? Of course I want to go down there. And just stand there and go, yeah, this is like thousands of years old. Yeah, I'll stand there. It's okay. He's like, well, it's not much to look at. I'm like, oh, really? Okay, well, then, I'll give you a bad review on TripAdvisor.
Hi, everybody.
How you doing,
man.
Beth?
Jeffrey.
There he is.
Was there a ghost in there?
Who's this now? Oh.
Jeffrey.
We have a couple.
Yeah, was it haunted, Mousy?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel that some of that has sort of like drifted across the Atlantic to this little broadcast today. I feel like we should call Ghostbusters.
We can call Ghostbusters. Hey, Mike Winters, how are you?
Oh, boy.
I'll be right over.
Oh, another sound man.
Yes. This is the Mercury in retrograde show.
Yeah. This is like the old joke. How many
Five
sound
sounds?
people does
I'm
it
going to
take?
go behind my stuff to see if I can fix some of this.
Look amongst yourselves.
Oh, yeah.
This reminds me of the old
So-
joke of how many sound engineers does it take to mic Steve Gadd's snare drum? And the answer is 10, one to mic the drum, and then the other 9 to stand around and tell them how they would have done it differently.
Right.
Oh.
Uh-oh. That sounds like my tour manager's
I've
phone.
heard that, but about guitar players.
It is. What about guitar player?
Oh, her joke she just told.
Who? I just missed it. I missed a joke?
Oh, how many?
Well, we're kind of having one right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many flies does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know.
Only takes 2, but it's really hard for them to get in there.
Oh, brap, psh.
Jeff, you're so dark.
I know. I put the overhead lights on, but they're really bright. Hold on.
He just like vapors in and out. Like
Oh, he's gone.
Disappeared into his background.
He's gone. I just messaged Verge to find out what his thing is.
Oh, that's gotta fucking stop.
And there goes Lenny.
I quit.
Hey, Steve,
what happened
Are
to
you-
Lenny?
tap your mic and let's make sure we're using
Ugly
your real mic.
fluorescent.
Lenny's got no room to leave because of weird noises.
Seriously.
But it's not about us hearing him. It's about him hearing us.
And
No,
him
it's not
hearing
even
himself.
about that. It's
Oh,
about
really?
me not hearing me when I'm talking to us.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
He needs a mix minus, which he normally has set up, but it's not working.
But that's okay. I'll just pull the frickin' thing out.
You know what you're saying, so why do you need to hear yourself?
I know what I'm saying. I don't need to hear myself. That's the point. What's happening, it's the old Alan a Day trick where I used to sing and he would turn the initial signal out and I would only hear the first repeat, and it makes you talk like an idiot.
Is that like an idiot or as an idiot?
As an idiot. As like an idiot. As like an idiot. As like an idiot. So Rich Vergis, he's happening, isn't he?
Yeah, there's
Rich?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just
I
messaged.
laughed last week so hard when we were spying on him.
Oh my god, that was hilarious. It's like, hey everybody, thanks for coming down to the show. And he's singing in the background. It was so like Fantasy Island.
So, man, and I had this. Well, I got to take this
All
stupid
right,
thing
ask
out.
Mike Winter,
Okay.
who is Cupcake?
Who is Cupcake? You know who
No,
Cupcake
no,
is.
no. Pat Romano says he sees Cupcake.
Who's Cupcake?
My cat.
Who's he asking?
His cat.
Oh, okay. I don't see any cat.
Because they're cool cats.
Ooh.
Aw.
Oh, there, you
Well,
know.
Mike
That's
Pat
Cupcake?
Romano sees your cat.
Oh.
And I saw Mousy met Billy Baldwin in Italy.
Oh my God, he was the funniest dude ever. And he kept showing me videos of his wife. And he's like, so, you know, my in-laws wrote California Dreamin'. I'm like, yeah, I get, he's married to China Phillips. So he's showing me like private videos. We just saw him on the street. And I was like, hey, I follow you on Twitter. He's kind of the same Baldwin brother, if there actually is one. And I had done a big breast cancer fundraiser for his mom. I did, with a show with like Black 47 and a bunch of bands a million years ago to raise money for his mom's foundation. So we were chatting a little bit, and he's showing me his videos. He goes, look at my wife. She's so crazy. He says, I just sent her money. And he shows the video of Johnny there, and she's got like money fanned out, and she's fanning herself with the money, laughing at him. He goes, my wife is fucking nuts. And I said, well, you kind of have to be to get into that Baldwin family. I'm just saying. But yeah, he was really a funny guy. He said, I'm doing a silly Christmas movie here with Tom Arnold in Rome. And I'm like trying to put the whole thing together. Like, why do you fly these people to Rome to shoot a silly Christmas, like movie? And he says to me, like, this is something to be a big badge of honor. I get to wear elf ears. I was like, okay, bro, life goals, whatever. Like, he was so excited about the elf ears. I was like, well, can't wait to see that on Lifetime or one of those channels, the Hallmark channel. But no, he was actually a pretty cool dude. So it was all good. He didn't mind talking to people. And I'm always one, as you know, we all kind of are, when you know the people, you kind of just, give them their space and don't get up in their faces and, So, but he's like, oh, and wait, let me show you pictures of my kid. And like, and now I'm trying to, like, my friends and I are trying to get away because, we're on our way to Trevi Fountain or something. Yeah. But he was a nice dude, so good for him. But here's the thing. I posted something on Facebook that said, ran into Billy Baldwin and he's shooting a movie in Rome. And somebody goes, don't ever say Baldwin and shooting in the same sentence. I was like, shit, I better.
Wow.
I edited that quickly. I was like, yeah, my bad.
He's
Sorry.
filming a movie. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But I never pulled the trigger.
That's what he says.
I just heard from Verge.
Yeah?
It started raining where he was, so he had to get all of his equipment out of the rain.
Oh, God.
There's a mudslide.
Yeah. He said,
Bring out
wiping
the tarp.
everything dry, shit happens.
Oh, God.
Fun times on outdoor
I've only
gigs.
met one of the Baldwin brothers. It was Steven. My mother won a car from Coca-Cola, and he was the one who presented her with the car. And as my mother says, if you have nothing nice to say about somebody, don't say anything. But that's where the story ends.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all different people, that's
They're
for
all
sure.
really different.
Yeah. So I was just like, wish you all the best, happy holidays, and good luck to you and your family drama. We all have our own, so enjoy that.
I don't know anybody from that camp. I don't think we ever knew anybody from that camp.
Dude, seriously, because they're
And
all
that's
from
okay.
Long Island.
Listen, that's okay. So I'm okay. We're having a Christmas party next Friday, and one of my presents, I hope, is going to be to straighten this bullshit out.
Oh, it's straight up. Next Friday's Christmas Eve.
But I have a great idea, and this is for New Year's Eve. Okay,
New Year's.
we're gonna celebrate. I gotta find the town. This is really you're gonna love this. Well, maybe not, but I hope so. Okay, Whatever this says, nah, come
No,
on.
that's for New Year's Eve.
Right, for
Stevie.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah, not
11:30.
Isner, Rootin, Bootin, Greenland. They're 4 hours ahead of us, which means at 8 o'clock on our New Year's Eve, we'll celebrate their New Year's with them.
Ah, cool. Okay.
And by the time we do that, I'll learn how to say ITTOQQORTOORMIIT.
Nice.
Yeah, you work on that.
Find an easier town.
Oh, here's Jonesburg.
There you go. That's easy.
No, that would be no fun.
Who's famous from Greenland?
You know, it took me a half hour to find any place that was 4 hours ahead of us.
Greenland is, and not Iceland? No.
No, Iceland's not. Iceland's more. I went there first.
Wow.
Reykjavik, everybody knows that.
Yes.
I'll Reykjavik.
Okay.
Anybody been?
What is the capital of Greenland? I'll look.
No, have you been? Been there?
No.
I've only
I
flown
watched it
over-
on television once. That was enough. Oh, there goes Jimmy.
Fine.
There you
He's
go.
back.
Mike, did you get your mic working?
Oh, Nuke.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Nuke.
I know.
Lenny, you're muted.
That's easier to
We
say
can't
than
hear you,
another.
Lenny.
Now I'm unmuted.
There you
have-
go.
Yeah, no, we can hear you.
I didn't have anything to say.
Hear me?
Is Nuke in the same time?
Hmm?
Can't be screwing
Right
around here.
now, local time is 9:38.
Oh, I don't know.
No.
Did everybody finish their Christmas shopping?
What?
Nuke is not in the right time zone.
I only shop for my grandchildren. That's
Yeah.
it. Everybody else can wait.
Because they're the only ones that appreciate it, right?
We don't buy each other presents.
Yeah, we don't do presents. We do
Well,
presents.
I'll put it
we
this
just
way.
buy
So
stuff.
You
exhausting.
need it, you buy it.
Since the older one was born and knew what was happening, Santa Claus has been bringing the presents. I'm Santa Claus, but I never get credit for buying a damn thing. It always- Santa Claus gets all the credit for my hard work.
For your hard work.
As it should be, I think, maybe. You know, you don't want to blow the dream.
Yeah.
My one son who lives out in Washington State, I haven't laid eyes on him physically in a couple of years thanks to COVID and whatnot. But
Yeah.
last year I couldn't come up with anything to send him for Christmas. And then I realized he and all of his stoner friends, because when like his dad went out to visit him, I said, "Are you excited that dad's coming to visit?" He's like, "Yeah, I can't wait to show him my new bong. It's like a crumb." And I'm like, "We're so proud, son." So I sent him like a shitload of Drake's cakes and tasty cakes, and his friends out in Washington State were like, "What the fuck is a devil dog?" Like they were like, "This shit's amazing, bro." So all the things that, I'm like, whatever, so he's like, "Mom, you were like amazing that you sent me crimpets and tasty cakes and shit." I was like, "Dude, if I knew that I could have gotten away with that all these years." He said to me, "I am the most popular person in my condo," and he works part-time for Nintendo. So like,
Oh my God.
yeah. So I was like, all right, Justin,
Wow.
I've paid my dues now. I said, "This is what you're getting." He's like, "Yeah, just keep that stuff coming. Keep that stuff coming." He goes, "The girls love me." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." Give a girl some chocolate and, all bets are off.
You got some
Easy.
kind of
What was everybody's final realization about Santa Claus?
Huh.
My grandmother, one day, was Christmas Eve, and we were talking about Santa Claus, and my grandmother goes, you kids still believe in Santa Claus?
How
And it
old
was,
were
I don't know. I can't remember. 6, 7.
Oh,
I don't know.
that's
Horrible.
harsh.
you?
That's harsh.
Maybe older. I don't know. And then it came down to my father just went out to the car and brought all the presents in from the trunk, and we opened them on Christmas Eve instead of Christmas morning
I was
because of
in
my
fifth grade.
grandmother. Because of my
your
grandmother.
My mother dealt with it a little differently. My mother told me that it wasn't really Christmas Eve and that I should shut the fuck up. Because I was like flipping out. It's Christmas tomorrow. No. It's day after tomorrow. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I hate to say it. I used to do the same thing. I would never tell them until today is Christmas. You know what? When my little bubble was burst in 5th grade, when I asked Santa for an acoustic guitar, which by the way came from Mascara Music, and and when I came out, I kept looking out my door to see the Christmas tree, and I'm like, shit, it's just not there. I was like 11, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'm just not getting it. And then lo and behold, I come out and I'm so excited. Here's the guitar sitting there, and it's a fucking right-handed guitar, and I'm left-handed.
Oh.
So I said, well, I guess if that bastard was real, he would have known that I'm left-handed. So at that point in time, I figured there's no Santa.
I used to always ask my father, how does Santa get in here? We don't have a chimney and a fireplace. And he would say, we leave a key for him under the mat outside.
And any other prowler who happens to be in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Well,
My older grandson, though, he looks at me, I think he's keeping, the fantasy alive for his 7-year-old brother.
Aw,
But
that's sweet.
I think he is, because now if they're together and I'm talking to them, because, I'm the pipeline to Santa Claus.
Right.
Tell me, I'll tell Santa Claus, it'll wind up here. And my grandson, he had that look on his face, the one when they look at you like, you could tell him that crap, but I'm not going for it. He has that look on his face now.
That's funny.
what?
I must have been older because I remember we had moved and I was in 3rd or 4th grade. And that was when my grandmother spilled the beans when we were in our new house. So 8 or 9, I guess.
Okay. That's actually not that bad.
Oh, you think
That's
so?
really not. 8 or 9?
Yeah, I guess.
8 or 9, 10 or 11 is when you really start suspecting,
Yeah.
because that's when you really can start looking around the house for things, and you can find.
Right. I had it down to where I would find the gifts, and then I would take a single-edged razor blade and cut the tape.
Oh my God.
I know, dude. It was my introduction to razor blades. So and I went on to much expertise with razor blades years later. But I would, and then tape it back.
Right.
So no one would ever know. And then I would accordingly gauge how surprised and happy I was going to act.
Right.
Yeah.
Find a stash somewhere and shake the present to see what the hell it sounded like.
Yeah.
My mother's attic, I was like, what's in this?
Yeah. I was so pissed at my mom one year because I'm one of 4 kids. All the rest were boys. And one year under the tree, I'm 13 years old or whatever. And I open it up and it's bras. My first bra. I was I went into my room and I just cried. I can't believe in front of everybody she made me open up bras. I was so pissed at
You're
her.
a woman now.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, everybody.
Was that from Santa?
Here, have a tampon.
Yeah, exactly. I was mortified. I was like, how could she do this? And my brothers, of course, my older brothers, laughing at me and stuff. And, they're like, Paula's got a bra. You jerks. So, yeah, I said to my mother, you, of all people, should know, that this is not a cool gift to give a 13-year-old. sorry.
Especially,
Not sorry.
especially in front of everybody.
Exactly. Oh, I wanted to die. But,
Oh, I knew I wanted to say something. On Facebook, like about 3 weeks ago, someone posted a thing. What was the first concert you ever went to? And the first concert I ever went to was 1971. I saw Edgar Winter's White Trash, right? So I answered it with the band's name, Edgar Winter's White Trash.
Oh, kind of backlash.
2 days later, it comes back that they have removed my post because it contains hate speech.
Oh,
They're getting like that. They're getting like that.
I appealed it. I sent them the album cover. I said, this is the name of the band. And then they say, this is how to get out of it. They say they only read a small number of appeals. They don't read everything. So they haven't answered my appeal yet.
Your freaking post, though, don't they?
I'm like, going, what a bunch of bozos.
That's funny.
It's probably an algorithm that just picked up trash, white trash, and said, flag.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's pretty funny, man.
Yeah, somebody asked Carl Muller posted something, asking a question about some random question. I don't even know what it was. And I said to him, that old line, like I said, well, I'll tell you, but I'd have to kill you. And same thing happens. All of a sudden, it's like your post has been removed for violence.
No way.
Yeah, like a death threat, like
wow.
as if I haven't killed Carl Muller by now. If it didn't happen in the past 30 years, that's not what is going to be the trigger for, me actually going over and doing it.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah, we're living in that society. There really is Big Brother.
Yeah. But
meanwhile, if you Google
makes
something,
mistakes.
Was the one that sent Booker the album cover, and he got nailed for it too.
Oh, nice.
Wow, taking everybody down.
Right. Lenny, what are you doing there? You're kind of floating. What happened there?
I don't know.
I switched microphones if I'm lighting up now.
You're working now. You're working now.
I gave up a long time ago.
Interface.
Yes.
All right. Where are you, Jeff, with the tree behind you?
That's in Milwaukee 2 weeks ago.
Oh, so you're bringing it with you, huh? While it was still standing.
It's a screenshot.
Yeah, it's nice. Did you happen to get into the Zoom this morning?
I did. I did.
How?
I thought I mentioned it or sent you something. I don't know.
Yeah. So
I commented on Facebook. That's right.
Oh, okay, nice. We my final production with my business partner, who decided to leave this world of his own accord, was producing his funeral this morning. So I was just like running around in a funeral home, making sure the Zoom is up, and people are texting me like, I can't get into the Zoom. I can't, the Zoom links. I'm like, I'm at a funeral right now. Like, I cannot solve your, technical bullshit. Like, I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm like, people are thinking, and they're like, are you there? Well, what do you think?
What do you think? Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of like the typical sound engineer bullshit shit show that goes on. So, and then we went.
It worked well.
Did it go?
Well.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I thought it worked well. The sound was a little echoey, not echoey, but just ambient in the room. But you could hear everything, and she was great. I thought she was really good.
Oh yeah,
She got my tear ducts going.
Oh, good. That was. I was hoping to make people cry more, so that was.
You succeeded.
Thank you.
Mousy, where are you out of? Where are you from?
North Jersey.
Oh, you're in Jersey. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
so maybe like, what do you say, Jeff? 15 minutes out of New York City?
Depends on the traffic. Depends if there's a game.
Yeah.
Depends if there's a game at the Meadowlands.
Exactly, yeah.
Depends on the traffic.
Yeah, which is every minute of every day.
An hour and a half every time.
Yeah.
Unless it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're in LA, if you're in LA, 3:00 in the morning, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Traffic 24 hours a day. I've never seen anything like that. Actually, London is like that too.
Oh God, yeah.
London is like that too.
Then you try to pick up time going down by the TikTok diner and go as fast as you can, but then the cops pull you over. So now it's a 4-hour trip. This cop pulls me over and he's like, "Do you have a police record?" And I'm like, "Do I have a police record? I've got all of them. Even Ghost in the Machine.
I have the box set."
Every time.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. Maybe I'm not so sure. I have a cop story. I was going to pick up Entwistle at Kennedy, and I'm driving. Mike, you're the one that reminded me of this.
Yeah.
And this is guy. What was it? 87, Mike.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to pick John up and I'm driving down the whatever parkway it is, the Cross County Parkway, and I get pulled over by a Westchester County cop. And I said, and I'm driving up. I had a rented town car, and I said to him, I'm sorry, officer, I'm late. I'm picking a VIP up at JFK. I didn't want to do the name drop right away. And so he said, "Oh, yeah, okay." And then he says, "Well, who is it?" And I said, "Oh, it's John Entwistle, the bass player from The Who." And he says, "Yeah, okay, wait a minute." And he goes back to his car, and I'm sitting there, and I'm freaking late. I'm sitting there, and I'm late. He comes back, and he hands me a ticket, and he says, "I hate the fucking Who."
Oh!
Yeah, I remember Steve walking in and talking about that.
Wow.
Wow.
And you know what? Getting to that airport,
right?
The worst. The airport. We leaving out for Rome. We sat on the runway for 3.5 hours.
What?
Yeah, 3.5 hours. And finally, whatever the politically correct term is, flight attendant or something. I said to this guy, I go, "Bro, you better get down here with some fucking alcohol," because I said there's going to be anarchy. Okay, I go, so like, I said, or let us off this plane right now, because it's just, it's one thing if you're like even just like waiting to take off, and they're just saying, "Well, we have some issues," which you never want to hear.
Right.
Over the ocean, of course, we have some issues. So I'm like, okay, do what you have to do, because we don't want to like have it iffy, like, oh, let's see how this flies kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was horrific. And getting to the airport was awful. But when you're talking about picking up John at the airport, Larry Harkey told me, he said Jack Bruce just to like show up and call Larry and say, "Larry, I'm at the airport." And he's like,
"Oh my God,
come and pick me up." Larry's like, no, like previous notice or anything. He's like, and he'd take him into the city to just jerk around from club to club or whatever. And I'm like, who does that? Who flies from England and just goes like, "I'm here.
I'm here.
Hope you're not, yeah, come and get me."
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right.
But Larry went and picked him up. So
of course he did. Of course. And I have to tell you, when we were out at NAMM one time, and Larry says, "Oh, Mouse, his wife Chris is like done with NAMM after doing it for a million years. So he's like, I got to do the Bass Player magazine dinner tonight." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to that." So he goes, "Mouse, will you go with me?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know who's going to be there." So he goes, "Well, Victor," and he runs down the list of all the people that are going to be, and then he goes, and Jack Bruce will be there. And I went to him, "Jack Bruce is going to be there." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Jack Bruce is going to be there?" And he looks at me, he said, "Mouse," he goes, "I've never seen you so starstruck before." And I said, "But it's Jack Bruce, bro." I go, "Cream on my wall, all through high school and the posters." I go, "It's fucking Cream." So he says to me, "Okay," he goes, "I'm going to take you." He says, "I know you're going to be like calm." He says, "And I just want to like not really disappoint you, but I want to give you a warning. He looks like a fucking roadmap." So what does that even mean? He goes, "I don't mean like the roadmap, like, where it's just all lines at it." He goes, "I mean like the topographical roadmap where you see like the mountains and valleys and the craters and stuff. And I was like, all right, never mind. Let me just keep an image in my head of him being Jack Bruce.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the greatest voices, though. My God.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of my favorite,
Oh.
absolute favorite singers of all time.
Man. Man, when that guy went up to the high notes and just belting it out, it's incredible. Incredible.
When we saw him at the Garden doing that, what was that, their 40th anniversary thing or something at the Garden back, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. And of course, Larry's like, let's go. When we were like sitting there, and I was expecting it not to, but it was amazing. And of course, I was waiting for either good music or fisticuffs to break out. Like, well, this is either going to be a good show or a great fight. So either way, it'll be entertaining.
So does anybody know what the actual beef was between Ginger Baker and Jack Bruce? Did they just not get along musically or personality wise?
No, Ginger was a speed freak and Jack was a junkie.
Exactly.
Kind of tough to hang out.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. Hey, come on.
No, right. Okay.
But here, I have a treat. Hope you can hear this.
Oh, great. Feedback and I feel free. Nice. What a great song now.
4K.
Voice.
Is that your snare?
That's Steve playing drums, right?
That's your snare, Steve, right?
You bet. And
Nice.
I swear I can hear
Jack
that bell in
says
the
to you,
ride.
You'll sing Eric's parts. What?
Wow.
Oh no! Stop. I mean, man, I'll tell you what. We went. That was insane. That show for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That must have been, yeah.
Recognized your snare.
Well, he
I
would.
approve.
Did he play bass or just sing?
No bass. Yeah, no, that was a trio. That was me, Mark Hitt, and Jack.
Okay.
Cool.
That was his.
I forget what the line is. Dance, you're all I want, so whatever it is. And I'm singing it right in rehearsal, and he goes, no, dance,
Yeah.
dance.
Open your throat like a limey.
Yeah, he was cool.
Was that his induction?
What year was that?
Was that his induction?
No. That was no. We were doing something actually to raise money for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
It was 2008.
It was 2008, and that was.
It was in September because I took
What
you
the
on a
hell
birthday
was the
trip.
place? It was at the.
What was it? It was an outdoor.
You've
place.
all played there.
Yeah. Raleigh, North Carolina.
In Cleveland? In Cleveland?
No, in North Carolina, in Raleigh,
North Carolina.
it was called.
What's it called?
I don't know. Anyway,
A shed somewhere.
Yeah, a shed. Once upon a time in the
I'm
shed.
looking it up.
What the hell was the name of that place? Yeah, I Feel Free. Well, we did a bunch. I mean, we did all that. We did Sunshine and Born Under a Bad Sign. Coca Booth Amphitheater.
Yeah.
And you have good quality recording of it, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah, real good. I mean, that's yeah, it went by too fast. There's a million.
That video.
Yeah.
Video.
There's a million freaking horror stories about that thing because Dennis DeYoung was on before us and
Sticks.
didn't want to get off.
Yeah, and they had to stop.
Oh man, the police came, and it was just it was one of those
And it was
things.
like, get him off the stage so we can do our set.
And he
I
was,
Pull the plug. Pull the plug.
yeah, exactly.
Time to hit the stop button.
Mm-hmm.
Kill the power supply.
No.
We actually did that at a concert in Germany at the end of a European tour. Sting was having throat problems, so he called Danny over, his tech, and said, "Do something, kill the power. I can't do Roxanne." So Danny goes over to the lighting tech, and they literally pulled the power supply, and the lights went out. The band ran off the stage, got in the limousine, and left. And then there was almost a riot because the fans were pissed off, and apparently somebody had a gun and there were shots fired. I don't know.
Oh,
But they had, the promoters like, what? You can't fix the fuse? No, man, it's a breaker, and it's blown up and it's on fire, and making all kinds of stories up. That was crazy.
it's always
So
good when
the
you end up
sound
with a
guy-
riot.
What was that,
Sound guy
Mike?
didn't get blamed. Sound guy didn't get blamed though. It was the light guy maybe this time.
Yeah, it was the lighting tech. It was the whoever was in charge of the power distribution unit.
Not it.
Well, usually it's the sound guys that get the blame. When something goes
Oh,
wrong.
yeah.
You know.
Everyone
Yeah.
We're
turns
the
around
most-
and looks.
Yeah. We're not.
But this was-
important if something goes wrong.
Yeah, this was total. I mean, the stage, the lights, everything. They just pulled all the power.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It was a lot easier for me. Of course, this was pre 9/11, but we used to play this place in Deer Park. Where the hell was it? Doesn't matter. UB's, OT,
Oh,
and whatever the hell it was, right?
TJ or
Yeah, whatever it is. It was where was that place in East Islip?
I never went there.
East Islip. And the guy was such a prick. We played there every Thursday night, and like during the summer, the place was, people were out the door. So this brainstorm decides, well, I'll just book these guys forever on Thursday nights. Well, that's coming into November. People aren't coming out on Thursday nights anymore, right? And it's making us play like 3 sets. And I said, you know what? Wrong. There's a phone booth right on the corner, and I have no problem calling in.
Bomb scare.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody else said that, so I didn't say it. But yes, that's right. And that's how.
Hey, sometimes you just got to get through the day, and try to stay alive, because people do get pissed off. So when I was working at the Capitol Theater, there was, their Mountain was like the house band practically at the Capitol in Passaic, and they were doing like a Mountain reunion show, that they hadn't played for a couple of years, and John Scher brings them in, and then they rehearse for a couple of days in the theater, and then Felix Pavalardi takes a nap before the show, and he fell asleep like on his arm or something. So he wakes up and he's all like coked out of his fucking mind and thinking like super paranoid, like pins and needles in my arm, like I can't feel my arm, I can't play. So then,
Give it a few minutes.
yeah, so they're gonna call the show because he can't feel his arm, and then they go to me. Well, millions of people are out on Monroe Street in Passaic, and they're like, go out there and tell the people. That I'm like, fuck you. Like, no. He's like, here, take this bullhorn and go out and tell the people the show is canceled. I said, dude, you need to get somebody way bigger and taller than me to go do this. And do you remember Big John Hart, the bouncer that was there?
Yeah.
Giant biker dude. We sent him out to do it, and people, look, it's Passaic already. Like, seriously. I thought they were going to start like breaking windows, and so it was like crazy. Like after the Rodney King trial, I mean, it was like people were like looting and burning Passaic because they were so pissed off. And then like a couple of hours later, when everything calmed down and the cops dragged everyone out, and go,
all your makeup and everything.
I'm sorry.
oh, wow.
That was time.
Any of you guys experience like a riot in a club? Because one year when I worked at
for tonight.
I don't have a picture.
The gingerbread man.
No, that was.
All right, so get ready. I want
Oh, it's doing it again. Wait. Shit's out of control tonight.
That wasn't for tonight?
No, that's no. I don't know.
I want you to get all your makeup and everything for the Wild Thing.
This is this is crazy.
It's just
I don't know what's happening here.
What the fuck is that?
Time warp. Time warp.
Wow, I mean, all of a sudden,
Oh.
that was, well, here, let me go to the, this probably works. Hey.
There you go.
There you go.
Red man?
I don't know about that.
No?
What don't you know about it? You don't like it? It's like he's like in the Nutcracker. It's sweet. It's the dance of the
about
sugar
any of
plum
this.
fairy. So wait, Mike, you were saying about a riot?
Yeah, when I had the house sound gig at Tuxedo Junction for a long time, and we
Oh
had
my God, I used to work there with the nerds all the time in Big Orange Cone. Yeah, okay.
that was my house gig, 14 years. So I did all the nationals, whatever. But we had a hardcore band in there. I don't know if I should mention the name, but so the first time we had this hardcore band, I kept telling them because they have all their friends on stage, and I said, dude, all my mics, if I start missing microphones, you're going to get billed by the end of the night, So
yeah,
I was missing my D112 at the end of the night. So we had to bill the band and all right. So that gig went by. The next time they played there, things kind of got out of control. The bouncers went to break up like a mosh pit. They thought that was a fight, and then kind of a riot got incited.
And it was a fight.
I mean, it got when I saw the bouncers get separated because they all wear white shirts. It actually got pretty scary. It took 22 cops and mace and everything.
whoa. In
kill
Tuxedo Junction, 22 cops?
Yeah.
That must have been insane.
It was because I was up in the soundboard, and then the owner took a cane away from one guy because he was waving around earlier in the night. So the guy is standing up by me in the booth going, yo, man, I need my cane back, yo. And then the riot's starting to break out. Like people are like, now I'm hearing glass break. And it was like an all ages, no bottles, no nothing in the back. And I'm starting to hear glass break. I'm like, oh, great. And that was coming in from the band or whoever, friends bringing in beer. And I mean, coming through my sound booth comes a bouncer with his eye bleeding and really crazy stuff. But the interesting thing, by the end of the night, the lead singer of the band, right now here, I'm thinking, forget my microphones this time. That's like soldiers in war. You're just hearing shit floating in the field. I'm like, oh, they're all gone. I'm like,
yeah, right.
I'm not going to the stage to save my microphones. End of the night, when everything is chilled out, here comes the lead singer holding a whole bunch of microphones.
Oh,
He's like,
my
dude,
God.
I try to save all your mics. I'm like, you're kidding me. I mean, like, people were kidding. It was bananas. And he's with all the microphones in his hand. I'm like, I wrote those things off like, halfway through, man. I was like,
Wow.
yeah, soldiers of war gone. But yeah, it was that was the only time. I mean, like, other than that, it was your crazy typical. I mean, Angus played there all the time. I mean, the nerds would be totally packed, and
Yeah.
the first 6 months of the Tuxedos was like Roadhouse. When you watch the movie Roadhouse, I mean, people were just flying everywhere. Trying to open the door with your head or whatever. Trying to throw the guy out or but. And then it got more organized, and then we always had a cop on stage, but it was pretty packed. And
Yeah, I mean, remember, there'd always be like a dude sitting on the corner of the stage, and I was like, what are they expecting? And I'm like, what am I buying into here? But do you know who made more money than anybody at Tuxedo Junction? Was the dude who had his hot dog cart outside at the end of the night.
Oh, man.
I mean, people, like, were drunk and we just come out, and this guy, he probably had to make his nut for like the month. Of like one night of people, people would be like, give me 6 dozen.
He drove a Range Rover. That your hot dog guy rolls up in a Range Rover, man. Oh, he was actually a really
That was
educated
like the
guy. Pretty
cigarette
smart
guy at Rising Sun.
Yeah, they clean up with those gigs, man. I mean, and Paul would stay out there, rain, sleet, snow, New Year's, whatever it was, and really clean up, you know. But the nerds are always fun. Tim ran their sound.
Tim Thomas, yeah. I just talked to him like 2 days ago, actually.
Yeah, cool guy. Yeah, those are the good old days, man. And for me, mixings, you know, I kind of dropped off and everything went digital. But our sound guy wish usually is when we're out in the middle of the floor, like, oh shit, a solo's coming up. So you get into like 6 fights almost on the way back, trying to get back to the board. Like, I just gotta get to the fader, you know. And you know, now you got you got iPads and everything. But the place used to be wild, totally packed. Same thing with Rat Race.
Yeah.
In the day, any club I was with them in, it was always pretty much a full night. You know.
Oh yeah.
Did
you get like your
Tuxedo, New
riot
York?
gear on, coming with your shields?
Yeah. What's that?
And that's Tuxedo, New York.
No, Danbury,
It's
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Danbury,
It's a huge club. It was a great room, but I have to say, when I worked there with the Big Orange Cone, of course, there was always fucking
Oh
traffic.
yeah, Big Orange Cone. We had to run into each other.
I'm sure we did, and I have to tell you, one night when Cone is playing, and we had the bass player who's just so dysfunctional and always late for shit like. So, Mike Roviello says to us this night, he goes, "Look, I'm telling you, there's no DJ here. So we have a tape running right now." And he goes, "The band has to be ready to go on." He goes, "Because when that music stops, there's nothing else." So now we're calling the bass player who's, you know, there's this big lightning storm going on or whatever. And he comes skidding in at the last second, like literally as the last note is playing. And he comes skidding in and he's like, "Dude, there was like thunder, lightning, and trees falling down and all this shit." And meanwhile, the band's calling him going, "You're fired." He comes flying in at the last second and skids across the stage, and he gives this whole story, and he goes, "Mousy, get me 2 shots and 2 beers." And then it like just hits the bass, like starts playing, and they just like jump into the song. And I remember the other sound guy, Bobby DeBold, turns to me, he goes, "Rock and roll, man."
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yep.
I never got sound check half the time there for any of the weekend bands. It was just, you know, I had to just turn up like the 57 on the guitar and just see the clip lights go up. I go, okay, that's working.
Yeah, just a line check and just fly.
The bands are coming, I'd be like, "All right, kick, Rex, and everything," and they're like, "We're just what?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're good. You know, let's go." You know, and pretty neat though. I mean, those are the fun times. I was just at the Chance Saturday night with Doc, and
oh my God, the Chance,
and that was pretty cool. My friend Chris plays in it, so I was bringing him a new Suncoast bass preamp, and I got to hang out and check it out. I haven't been up to the Chance in forever, and
I can't even remember. You guys played there not that long ago, Steve, right?
Who, us?
Yeah. Were you at the Chance in Poughkeepsie?
The last time I was at the Chance in Poughkeepsie was probably with Xander. That was after.
Xander, yeah. Actually, I saw you, Steve, then. Yeah.
Yeah, 13, 14, 15 was the last time I was there.
Yeah, Poughkeepsie's a weird ass town.
It was totally packed, though. Completely sold out.
Because I think there was nothing else going on there. So it was like when there were, you know, I remember my brother telling me back in his day, you know, when they left New Jersey and went out on tour with his band, he said, you'd show up in Indiana and they'd hear like that there was a band. And he said, like, by 6 o'clock in the afternoon, there's like lines of people going around the block. And he's like, you know, so they were like a no-name band. They played on the same circuit as like the Rascals and stuff like back in the day. And, you know, the Metropole and all those places. And he said to me, he goes, "Yeah, they just heard like a band from somewhere besides here." And they're like, "Well, they must be good then." And so people would just come out like, "Yeah, nothing's happening in this town."
Yeah.
The police played the Chance to 4 people.
Yeah, right.
Really?
On a Monday night football was going on or something. And there was like 78 or 9.
8, probably. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
4 people.
Wow.
Hey, the Rats did
There's
better
a
than
story
that.
that thousands of people have come up to him and said, "I was at that show."
That was me.
Besides the bartender, the owner, and a radio guy and a newspaper guy, I think there were actually 4 people who were customers, and 2 of them left because they didn't want to pay the cover. You had to pay the cover after the 4th
Oh,
song.
my
Or
God.
something.
The other 2 were gone.
$1,000 per person? No.
But it actually worked out to their advantage because the guy that came was a radio DJ from Boston, and he loved them, and he started playing their music, and boom, they just took off in the Northeast.
Nice.
Wow, Angus, that was pretty fucking rude.
Yeah, that was pretty abrupt there, huh?
That's what they call the French goodbye.
I'm out, bro.
Yeah, hey, see ya. 8:16, I'm gone. All
He
right.
usually says
That's
goodbye.
gonna, I guess, do it.
Damn, Angus.
Well, it's,
Dinner's on the table.
Uh-oh. Now I can't hear anything. What happened?
uh-oh.
Something
Uh-oh.
changed.
Angus
He's
left.
missing a monitoring device.
So here's what I'm doing on Sunday.
Holy
I did
Tribute. Where?
I did a Motown tribute last Sunday.
You want to hear?
Oh, cool.
I did a Motown tribute last Sunday, and the whole band has been getting tested for COVID all week because it was one of those things that had one person tested positive, so everybody has to get tested.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to go on or not because
Dude,
things
shit
are
is
rising
going
here,
down. Yeah.
and
Everywhere.
there's no mask mandate in Tennessee. They're all anti-maskers here, most of them.
Nice. That's lovely.
So I don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
I am telling you, in Italy, you get up in the morning, you put your fucking mask on, you don't take it off for the rest of the day.
Right.
People walk in the streets, everybody's wearing a mask. Before you're allowed into a restaurant, they're like, we need to see your vaccines.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad there. It's fucking
But
bad
Italy
there.
got
But
really
you know what?
hammered.
They're really on top
They
of
really
it.
got hammered early on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, of course, I don't want to say too loud, but my son is dying for David Byrne tickets for, American Utopia. And I'm like, I'm just going to fucking suck it up because I don't really know anybody who's in production. And so I'll just buy him the tickets. I don't even know if I should get him the tickets now. Broadway shutting down like dominoes at this point, like bam, 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 bam. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll get them for say like March and hope for the best because of course the stupidity is rampant right now. And everything's spreading like wildfire here. So,
well, New York is pretty good with being vaccinated. So,
yeah.
Radio City said they weren't going to follow the mandate for children 5 to
And now
12
they are.
until
And now
after Christmas Day. So they're not going to enforce the citywide mandate that says kids have to be vaccinated.
well,
to
you
go to
know
those
that the
things.
show got shut down today, right?
What?
Yeah.
The Radio
middle.
City Christmas show just got shut down today.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. That and Ain't Too Proud got shut down. Like you
Wow.
name it. It's like, they're here and they're open for day. My son's best friend is in Ain't Too Proud. His name is Jelani Remy. He used to be in The Lion King. And he's like, Mouse. I said, bro, please tell me you're getting paid. He said, yeah, it's not the people in New York. It's all the tourists that are coming in from God only knows where that are bringing everything in.
Right.
Jeffrey Seitz. Look
Yeah,
at
there he is. Who had the Motown poster up before?
it was Jeff.
That was me.
It was Jeff.
That was me. My computer battery just died.
Do you remember when the Temptations had a white singer?
The Temptation? No, I don't remember that. Who is that?
Steve.
It's me.
Oh, get the hell out of here. Now, are they like, were they a franchise like the Four Tops? Because I remember saying to somebody like, what's your gig today? And he says, oh, I'm mixing the Four Tops at like a festival in Hoboken. I'm like, wait a minute, bro. I'm mixing the Four Tops at the fucking racetrack over in.
Well, after,
there's like 4 versions of the Four Tops floating around the circuit.
After Levi Stubbs passed away, every other member wound up with, but there's only one surviving member of the Four Tops.
There's only one top.
There's only one top left. Yeah.
Only one top, one temp.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's only one temp left. Yeah.
Oh,
and there's a bunch of Dennis Edwards. There's a Dennis Edwards version of the Temptations, and Dennis Edwards has passed years ago.
Right.
But it's still out there as Dennis Edwards Temptations. Amazing.
Oh, so do they actually call it like Dennis?
Yeah, he called it Dennis Edwards Temptation.
Okay.
But I remember years ago going to see Eddie Kendricks and David Ruffin.
Right.
And because of issues that David Ruffin had with Berry Gordy, he would not call it the Temptations, even though they did almost all Temptation songs.
Yeah, I get it though. Those people, everybody got fucked at that point in time. And it's like I told you, I don't remember who the comedian was. He's like, $100 for all of my songs. Thanks, Mr. Gordy. I mean, so many people got screwed over in that time, and it's just it makes me sick when I think of the people.
They used to work them. They used to work them like they do shows at the Steel Pier.
Yeah, like
they would run from one stage to the other. From one, Mary Wilson told me that when I worked with her, she said they would run from one stage to the other. They would do shows all day long.
Yeah, like you're in the factory.
Yeah,
right?
And she said the pay was never what they should have been paid.
Of course not.
Never.
No.
They said they just took advantage of the fact that people look, dude. When it comes down to the end of the day, if they didn't pay us, we'd probably still. You don't know how many gigs I've just been like I've done because I'm dying to do a gig, and the same thing. And that's why I feel bad for these kids now that they're like on the verge of like pay to play around here because there's no venues left, and all the clubs closed down. And there used to be music 5 nights a week. Now if you get a Saturday and a Friday, it's like that's it. And so the competition is high. So I mean they will lowball these fucking kids who are walking in with like $4,000 strats that they probably pay, going to be paying off the rest of their lives. And it's like, here everybody's making $25 a night. There's 6 people in the band, and I'm just like, talk about killing the golden goose. Like you want live music, again, we're not like, kids in the sweatshop in South Korea making sneakers here. Like these are people who, have invested their time, learned a craft, bought musical instruments and all kinds of stuff that is way more expensive than when, we were starting out the business.
But remember, the goal was to make a hit record and make money doing that. Now it's and all of those things, that's down to crapper too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, see, let me ask you something. Do you know the difference between a musician and a savings bond?
The savings bond matures
and earns money.
Yeah.
So Jeff, what are you playing drums in all of those acts? One of those acts? What are you doing Saturday?
I'm just doing 2 songs. I'm doing Smokey Robinson and the Miracles version of Jingle Bells and Stevie Wonder's Someday on Christmas.
And is that at the Glenn Campbell Museum? They have an auditorium, or what do they got there?
It's a small museum, and it's got a small club type stage.
That sounds like a good gig.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, I've seen it before. It's fun.
Any other gigs coming up?
I'm done for the year, it looks like.
my biggest gig of the year in January got canceled last night due to COVID. And my friend John Ginty, who plays in Almond Bets and the Almond Revival family, they had to cancel the rest of this year they got COVID somewhere in the crew.
Wow.
So they're rescheduling to February. So I'm hoping this is just one-off and not the beginning of a new trend. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, this new thing is it goes through the vaccines. The only thing is that if you're vaccinated and boosted, you're most likely going to be asymptomatic, or it's going to be very mild.
Right.
Which means that we're going to wind up. It's going to be around forever.
Yeah.
It's just that if you really follow what you need to do, it'll never be worse than a cold or a bad cold.
Yeah, my
Everybody's
kid
different.
actually got COVID, vaxxed and boosted. And he walks in the house with the mask on. And I was like, fuck, what did you do now? And of course, out every night of the week, doing a karaoke gig, doing a jam session, doing whatever. And I'm so pissed at him. But he literally had no symptoms whatsoever. Not even.
Didn't he lose his taste?
Well, he thought he lost his taste because he's an idiot.
You never had to taste.
And he ate. He's like, I can't taste anything. I said, well, what did you eat? And he said, those Chinese noodles that come with the soup. And I'm like, dude, there's no fucking taste to those. It's like eating cardboard, you idiot.
Eat this, you'll think you have COVID.
Exactly. He's like, the egg rolls tasty, but I couldn't taste the noodles. I'm like, it doesn't come and go.
Ask if I had
Give him some horseradish. That'll cure him.
Yeah, right.
invited somewhere for Christmas.
Yeah, we
by
just
people
not going.
that are double vaxxed and boosted.
We're
that
staying.
we
We're
know.
staying
No
home.
thanks.
That's it. Same as
Smartest thing to do. That is the smartest thing to do, because this shit's never going to end if we just keep letting it, pass around until everybody
And the truth is, the mutations are happening among people that aren't vaccinated.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Well, those little mutations.
On that happy note.
I'm out of here, kids. Christmas party next Friday.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve Friday. The Friday after that, I'll figure out how to say one of those towns, and it'll be great.
These are bona fide reindeer in my pasture tonight. So
I see. Believe me, I pay attention, bro.
In the 60s.
I got dancing, whatever this thing is. Dancing sugar cookie guy.
I'm gonna savor the hour and a half more I have in the house alone.
Yeah.
Enjoy. All right.
Yeah, enjoy. Everybody.
Have a good weekend.
All right, good night, everybody.
Oh, I love you guys.
I love you
care.
too.
Everybody.
I'll be next week.
Bye-bye.
Have a great weekend.
Stay safe.
Why can I never fucking leave?
Well, that sucked. That was just. This is terrible, because I hear here. Listen. Can you hear that? Maybe not. It's like echoing after. It's a hard.
We're gonna have it fixed by Monday.
I want to get it fixed by Monday, please.
We got a calzone to eat.
Oh, we do have a calzone to eat, and Monday is going to be a little bit different. Brad and Colby are going to check in, but they are really busy up at the North Pole doing their thing, so we're going to give them a break on Monday. So we'll have some Christmas history for you on Monday, and God knows what else we'll make up by the time we get there. Anyway, you know what they say. If I don't see you in the future, I'll see you in the pasture.
Oh, congratulations to David Hassert. He had his third grandson today.
Oh, today?
Woo! All right, Dave.
Congratulations. A great day to be born.
Yep, and Gail loves your gingerbread man.
Yes.
I think it's great.
Loves my gingerbread. Yeah, I love him. He's good. He's good. He's
And
dancing
Steve
around.
loves the shirt once again.
Yep, love it. Thank you very
go.
much. That was very cool.
Yep. Gail sent that to Steve. Got Santa's.
Got Santa's and a space dog, which you got. If you know, where are you if you don't have the space dog?
That's
right?
great. Yeah. So
yeah. So that's how we rock that. And
everybody stay safe.
Yep. And if we don't see you in the future,
we'll see you in the pasture. Have a great weekend, everybody.
see you guys. See you in the pasture.